Hi everyone, Sofata here from Le Cigarettes and welcome to another video. Today we are talking cultural etiquette, Setswana version. So you've traveled to Botswana, or South Africa, or you're visiting some Botswana people and you're like, how am I going to make sure that I am culturally doing the right thing? Well, I got you. And remember to like, share, subscribe, and we have some Amazon books that can help you immerse yourself in the Setswana culture. I'll put the link down below. Let's get started. So the first thing that is critical when you are in a Botswana household or when you're visiting any place where there will be a lot of Botswana is to say hello. It astounds me as someone who currently lives in Australia, the amount of people who can just come and talk business without even acknowledging you and saying hello. So in Setswana culture, you say hello. You can't just come and talk without, like, we didn't spend the night in the same bed. And even if we did, I still greet my husband. So say hello, okay? So we have a lot of videos on how you say hello. For one-on-one person, you can say dumela, but it's just polite to say dumelang. Dumelang is what you would say for respect to one person, even though it's plural, dumelang, or to many people, dumelang, before you ask of anything or when you arrive. Now, usually what happens is when you are the one doing the arriving, you say hello. The people who are there might say hello to you, but classically, you are the one who says hello on your arrival, right? So sometimes people might not say anything because they're waiting for you to say hello. So just say hello. Just say hello. If you say hello too many times, that's fine. But not saying hello is not good. Dumela, dumelang, dumelang. Just say hello. Now, when you are going to give someone a handshake, right? This is handshake. The other person comes, handshake. In Setswana, we actually do this. So you kind of use your right hand to shake, but you use your left hand to hold your forearm. It's kind of like, say, giving the other person respect. So whether that's a little person or not, routinely you just say hello and kind of hold your left hand, using your left hand on your right forearm to show respect. So this is how you do a handshake. A handshake. It shows respect. The person who's shaking your hand can understand, even if they're just doing this, that you're giving them some respect by doing that. I don't know. It kind of implies I'm not worthy. I don't think that's what it's saying, but it shows respect. And then, so yeah, always this way. Okay, not just this way. And then helping out when there are things to do. That means if you go to a birthday party and they're still preparing the meal, because I don't like the concept of African time. But if you rock up and people are still getting things ready, you don't sit there like princess or prince. You help out. You help out. The University of Botswana, the first ever university built in Botswana, there was a notion of motule motokomo. And that means person, cow, which that's literal translation. But it actually meant that everybody contributed, whether that was a cow or a chicken, to build a university. And that's the culture. It's all about shared labor. So you should be prepared to help out. If you go to a wedding and there are things that need to be done, whether that is you serving stuff, at least ask if people need your help before you assume the prince or princess. If you're a guest, they will say, no, you don't need help, but offer at least. And if you are offering, be prepared to do the job. Don't just offer for politeness sake, because someone will take you up on it. And then if you don't do it, then that will be worse than if you had not actually offered. So participating. And then going back to that first point, using plural when you're talking to people implies respect. So when you are talking to one person, just using plural pronouns, plural everything, pluraling things, just kind of shows respect. In some because Botswana is made up of many different identities, right? Cultural identities. There's Bakalaka, Basarwa, and Bamatu. These are different cultural entities. In some cultures, actually the whole language is just plural for everybody who's elder than you. In some people's culture, they could just speak one-on-one with elder people. Now I come from a culture where everything's plural, so that's just what I do. So it's just respectful that way. And then using please and thank you. That is the same as English etiquette, I would propose. Just being polite, saying your pleases, and thank you, or dankie. Dankie is from Afrikaans, dankie, but dankie is thank you. So saying that. And then in terms of outfit, you can be fly and fabulous if you're going to a birthday party or whatever. Doesn't matter. But if you're going to places of cultural significance, like the kgotla, which is a place of gathering where the chief talks to the people in his tribe, kgotla, or you're going to a funeral, or you're going to, not necessarily a modern wedding, but you're going to the countryside, in the rural areas, just know that there's like dress etiquette that might not be spelt out, but is expected. So you can't go into a kgotla with pants on as a lady. You would be asked to wear a skirt. And then that skirt needs to go below your knees as a form of modesty. And you can't go with bare shoulders. So you'd be asked to cover your shoulders. And in some ceremonies like funerals and stuff, you might actually be also asked to cover your hair as a lady. And as a guy, as a man, you would be asked to wear formal pants, a shirt, and maybe even a blazer, because there's still that colonial heritage thing going on where formal English suits are considered the attire for sometimes very hot days. But yeah, so being aware that if you're going to the country town, if you're doing formal things, wearing long below the knee skirts and having something to cover your shoulders, if you're wearing something sleeveless, and even having a spare scarf that you could pop on your head should that be required, is actually good cultural etiquette. I hope I've taught you some stuff. And welcome to Botswana, or wherever you might be meeting Botswana people. Otherwise, if you're in the metro and it's a birthday party, do your things. Still say hi though. Don't forget to say hello. It doesn't cost you anything, and it gets you a lot of street cred if you can say hi. People will help you if you say hi to them, because then you acknowledge their humanity. Okay? Be safe on these streets and look after yourself. Till next time, Khosiame. Bye.